Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to Bucker Code. I'm going to be teaching you how to create a GitHub repository, and I might break this down into like small video segments. So in the first part, I'm going to show you how to create a GitHub repository from the GitHub website. Real quick side note, I just want to let you know what is GitHub. GitHub is basically an online software development platform, and it allows us to store, track, push updates, collaborate with others. That's like the basics of what GitHub is. So if you work on bigger projects in the future, God willing, inshallah, you'll see that you'll be able to push changes, review those changes, and then merge it to the master branch. First thing you're going to want to do is go to your GitHub, and I was playing around with it just now, and you can go to repositories, new, and you can give your repository a name. Well, I'm going to be calling this one is the YouTube repo. Okay, I always like to add a README file, and once that's done, you can create public or private up to your choosing, and then you can create the repository. Okay, so now that we have created the repository, what we can do now is we can go over here to code, and we can copy the HTTPS, copy this link, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this window to the side, and this is my desktop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the terminal, and as you can see, I am inside this C drive users Bucker K, and I'm going to transfer over to the desktop so I can show you. Okay, so now if I type in pwd, which is print working directory, I can see that I am located in the desktop. However, Windows does have the OneDrive option, so that's storing everything in my drive and then the desktop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a directory on the desktop, and I'm just going to name it YouTube repo. Okay, and you will see right here I've created the directory. So the YouTube repo has been made. Now what we can do to organize it is go into this YouTube directory by typing cd, which is change directory to the YouTube repo, and if I click pwd again, I can see I am again inside the YouTube repo, and I can also see it right before my cursor. Now that I'm here, I can type in git clone and then paste that link, enter, and now it's going to clone the repo we just made into our desktop. So now we have access to the YouTube repo. Now, right now I'm currently in the YouTube repo that I created. What I can do is I can click ls to list all the elements inside of the directory. I can see that the git clone I just did is right here. I'm going to change into that YouTube repo, and as you can see, this right here, this path, I'm in the desktop, the YouTube repo folder that we created just now, and then we cloned the YouTube repo repository from GitHub. Now if I type in git status, I will get the status of this repository. It's up to date with origin master. Now if I were to go back one step, if I change my directory to the YouTube repo that we created and type in git status here, you'll see that it is not a Git repository. So let's go back into our YouTube repo and then git status, and we can see that we are inside of our branch. So that is the basics of how to create a GitHub repository. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to push and pull changes from the repository.